All right, what's up, guys? Hope you've had a good weekend. We're gonna chill and stare at lasers and talk about stuff for a little while. So we'll give it a minute to get going. It is Sunday, and there are a lot of things going on, I guess, at the moment. Hey, Carrie, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well and having a good weekend. It's great to see you, as always. So there's some neighbors chilling outside, clearly. But, the sun's going down. It's been hot lately. It's going to be hot around here for a while. Not too bad for the next few days, but like summer's coming. It felt like it this morning anyway. Hey, Paula's here. Great to see you, Paula. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Busy weekend with bike rides. Good. And doing good. Glad to hear. I did a Friday night ride, or did I? What's up down there at the bottom? Sorry, I'm really having trouble focusing my eyes on these tiny letters today. Like I can kind of spot the moderators. I even had to stare at Carrie's name for a while before I was like, "Oh, Carrie, okay." So sorry. I know E-Rides because of the length and the spaces. What's up, E-Rides? But it's like hard to. I don't know. This new phone that I got, has a bigger screen, but it's harder to read the chat for some reason. I don't know why. It could be my eyes are getting worse. I don't know. But hello and shout out and welcome to everybody who's here. We're just going to chill and talk about things, stare at laser patterns, enjoy a quiet evening at the homestead. Well, I shouldn't say quiet. Quiet for downtown Las Vegas standards, I guess. We're coming up on that time of the year where people stay inside all day because it's hot, and then when the sun starts to go down, when it backs off a little bit as it is now, people start going outside, doing things, doing their thing, making some noise, and that's all good. I get it. I went and took care of a couple of things super early this morning. I got home at 6:41 in the morning from running errands, and it was 88 degrees already where I was. And it's like, wow, it is the 1st of June, I guess. And, that was a reminder of the hot weather to come, the really hot weather to come. Oh, Mike's here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for coming and staring at laser patterns with us. Did you do the ride today? Was there a ride today? I didn't see any group chat this morning. I didn't go to the ride. Maybe you know that if you were there, but I don't know if you were or not. Oh man, sorry to hear about the sore throat, but yeah, I don't know who made it to the ride today, but it was hot. I went grocery shopping at like as soon as the place opened around 6 in the morning, and it was 88 degrees by 6:41 when I checked the phone, and then by about 8:30 when I was thinking about going out to the ride, I went outside. It's kind of soupy feeling too, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess, and the sun was starting to get pretty hot, so it's like maybe just past today. But sorry you got a sore throat, Mike. That sucks, buddy. But we did go pretty hard on Friday. You know, for any of you guys that don't know, we were out until like 3 something in the morning on Friday. It was a wild one. And hey, Amy's here. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here, Amy. Yeah. Yeah, we went hard on Friday. It was quite a ride that went well into the wee hours. So I'm feeling a little of that throat scratchy myself. I'd like to think it's just because we did a lot of yelling and there's a lot of pedaling on a hot night the other night. But anyway, I hope you feel better soon, Mike. Hope you're good by Tuesday, Mitch's ride. I went and did another BMX ride last night, solo BMX ride. Sorry, guys, I didn't have the phone mount on there, and I just needed to go ride it out. I actually went to bed and then got up like 15 minutes later. It's like, nope, I got to go out and ride a bike that's too small for me. And I did, and it was glorious. And it's weird, you know. Hold on a second. I'm getting notified. I'm still expecting somebody to come through and get the bike that I went riding on last night. And well, it's been kind of windy and strange weather, so I'm not surprised that they haven't yet. I don't know if they will today or not. Oh no, I didn't hear about that, Paula, until you just mentioned something. That's a shame to hear. Hey, Big Boys PV, what's going on, buddy? Still no marketplace notifications. I got 3 people supposedly interested in coming and seeing the same bike today. One of them was from yesterday, and one of them contacted me late last night and asked if they could come and see it today, and then messaged me again saying it had to be a little bit later, maybe in the evening. I said, all right, I'll be around. And then somebody else knew from today, it's like, I'd like to come and see it later. Nobody's come through yet. but it's getting a lot of interest. Like tons of people are watching that bike, and a lot of people have messaged me about it so far. And that's the key, really. I got to get bikes that people will buy, that I can for sure make a little money on. Man, I'm really having trouble focusing my eyes today. Yeah, I don't know, Amy. I don't know what this purple stuff is. It's new, and like numbers and stuff. I don't know how that works or what it is exactly, but I've noticed that like the last couple times, and I don't really know what it means. Uh, okay, I guess that makes sense, Paula. I didn't know what it was about. I hadn't heard anything about it. I just noticed it there one day. Anyway, did everybody have a good weekend? Anyway, did anybody do anything fun or exciting or unexciting this weekend? Oh, what's up through my eyes? Speaking of eyes, mine aren't working so great today. I'm really having to like squint and try hard to focus. Oh, you lost your money, Paula? Sorry to hear that. I haven't heard of a lot of people winning lately, which is a shame, you know? Hey, HB, what's going on? Any good news today, Big Boys PUE? I don't know. I feel optimistic about the future for some reason. Um, I don't know exactly why or anything. I don't have much to report on in the way of good news personally. Does anyone have any good news to share? Yeah, I know, right? It is. It's it's the chance you take. Some people do win in casinos, but you never know. Like I know how this town was built, and it wasn't from giving more money away than they take in. That is pretty good, Amy. And can't wait to do a bike ride with you. Hey, Chet's here. Man, I'm really struggling to read the text today. I might have to turn up the brightness on the phone a little bit, the phone screen, because it's just kind of adjusting to the ambient light and it makes it harder for me to read, I guess. So I have to fix that, I guess. This phone is not very good, but it's going to have to do for a while. Hey, Legend's here. What's going on? And good to see you. But back to some good news. Big Boys PV, you asked about that. I've been having a lot of fun riding BMX bikes lately. The only one that I own personally is too small for me, but I have still enjoyed riding it, and it's reminded me that I'm still a BMX guy, I guess. That I thought it was behind me. I've even said it many times in live streams and everything. It's like I know my BMX days are behind me, but it's still fun to get out and ride a bike or an e-bike or whatever. But it turns out my BMX days are not behind me. Turns out I can still do a lot of things on a BMX bike. Things that I probably shouldn't, but but it's fun to do anyway. But the one that I got was to flip, and it's too small for me. Anyway, so I'll sell it and maybe get a bigger one like this. I need a 29er. And I think maybe I'm going to get rid of the Trek bike that I've been riding. I finally got the one bike that does pretty much everything except feel like a fun bike to ride. It's just too grown up for an idiot like me. You know, it makes a lot of sense, but it's otherwise just kind of a silly bike for a dumbass to ride, you know? And so I don't know what we're going to do about that just yet, but it is practical. It makes a lot of sense. It's good for covering a lot of ground comfortably. I can use it for a lot of things, and that makes a lot of sense, but that's not as fun as tearing ass all over creation, doing silly things on a BMX bike. Unfortunately. So I'm considering the possibility of replacing my daily rider with something like this, which I will undoubtedly enjoy more, but it's not as practical, not quite as efficient as the bike I've chosen to keep for myself. I don't know. I can't wait for you to bring your new bike out to the ride. Oh, who is this? This is a new person. This is a new person asking about the free agent. Hi, is this available? I think I'm logged in on my computer, so I'll let it stew for a minute. There's a lot of people interested in that bike, but nobody's come through yet. I'm really surprised. If I got my full asking price for it, I could almost afford this bike. This bike right here is $299 for a brand new one, which is pretty dang good for what it is. It's not a high-end bike, but it doesn't have to be, you know? So we'll see. But like, I get a lot of those, is this available? And then, you know, like, who knows if it goes beyond that. It usually doesn't. Like, maybe 1 out of every 5 times it goes beyond the, hi, is this available? Let's see. See if I got any other notifications. I'm going to give it about another minute or two, and then I'm going to respond to that guy, I guess, and say, yes, it's available. Maybe it goes beyond that. You know, I'm really surprised I haven't sold that thing yet, because a lot of people are very seemingly interested. So we'll see what happens. I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat, depending on how fast it's going, because my screen brightness isn't really up enough, and it's hard for me to focus my worsening eyes on the little chat, so I'm trying to keep up with it. I'm catching much of it, I think. I don't know. I need a haircut, I think, finally. I think it's gotten to the point where I just can't take it anymore. To where my son's hair would get, and I would look at him and be like, how do you stand having hair like that? And now I have hair like that, and I don't know how I stand it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. I'll probably just want to chop like half of mine off, just go somewhere and be like, just clean it up and cut a lot of it off. See, I'm gonna have to put you guys down for a minute. Let me catch up on everything here, and I'm gonna put you guys down and respond to that guy about the bike. Oh, well, you can have it if you want, Amy. Yeah, my hair, I guess, my hair will probably eventually grow down to my feet, I guess, if I let it. It just keeps going, and I'm figuring it's got to stop. Like, it's got to, like, just be like, okay, that's enough at one point. Like, it only goes so far, but then it just keeps going, and I don't know why. It's driving me nuts, though. Anyway, let me set you guys down for a second. I got to respond to that Facebook guy. Maybe he comes and buys the bike tonight. So hang on just a minute, guys. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay, hold on a minute here, guys. All right. Now that's taken care of. Now I can really barely focus my eyes on the phone screen, the chat. Yeah, my son grows hair like that, like down to his mid back or beyond, and it seems to go pretty well for him. I don't know how. Like, he's starting to kind of get out of hand here. We'll see if we get any more Facebook Messenger notification dings. It usually doesn't go beyond hi, is this available? I say yes, it's available, and then nothing happens. That's what usually happens, but you never know. I'm really surprised that that bike hasn't sold yet, because a ton of people have shown an interest. But it'd be great if somebody comes through, because I need to go get a couple of things. Actually, really, I went to the store today and got just like barely enough to get through today, thinking I'll just get the very like minimum that I can get, because I'll probably sell a bike today, and then go back in the morning and get the things that I didn't get. But yeah, a lot of interest in the thing today, but nobody has come to get it. I figured today was the day. That's part of the reason I stayed home from the bike ride, was because I'm figuring I'm going to get hit with, hey, can I come and see this now if I went out and did the ride? So I was like, better chill out, not push myself too hard, try and sell a bike, see what happens. But a lot of people um, saved it. You know how that is? Like I don't know, on a Facebook Marketplace listing, it's been one of the more saved bike listings that I've posted, and nobody's come through on it yet. I might sell the Trek. It's like 50-50. I got to see if I can see what I can make on the next couple of flip bikes. The Trek makes a lot of sense, but it's just not the kind of bike that I enjoy riding. It's a really good bike. It just doesn't, it's not as enjoyable for me to ride as like a big BMX bike or something. It's not the same. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, Legend. I know air suspension kits exist. I just wouldn't know which is right or better or what. But I know a lot more people are doing that to their bikes, air ride on e-bikes and trikes and other custom creations. So yeah, but back to the trek, I finally got the bike that I thought that I wanted. And then I, rode a couple of BMX bikes, and it's like, oh wow, I guess I am still a BMX guy. Which I should probably keep a bike like the Trek, or maybe the Trek, as like the long distance and commuting and whatever all around bike. But it's way more fun, definitely, still to ride BMX bikes. Uh, yeah, no, I know a lot of them are like that, Legend, and there's probably a good kit like for your style of rear suspension. I just wouldn't know what it is. But I've seen bikes, a lot more bikes with air suspensions and like a lot of lowrider bikes around here. I saw a couple go by recently that had them. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I guess a lot of them probably do. Trying to look in the phone reflection to see what's on TV behind me. Looks like Everybody Loves Raymond. But yeah, I don't think that dude messaged back. Yeah, maybe he did. I got an open chat window, I think. No, he didn't even look at my response yet. That happens a lot. A lot of people just ask if it's available and then nothing beyond that. I'm trying to read HB's comment, but I'm struggling to focus my eyes. Oh. Yeah, it gets to be a burden, I guess, carrying a lot of hair around after a while, especially when it's hot. Now that it's getting hot around here, too. Like, I was really dying under this hair on Friday, and it's just going to get hotter. I don't want to chop all of my hair off because letting it grow is easier than getting haircuts. But I got to get rid of a lot of this for sure. One important thing I wanted to discuss with you guys while I have you here is you think there would ever be any point to me releasing merchandise on this channel, like t-shirts and hoodies and stuff, because I do screen print things and I could piece my kit together. I have like most of a one color screen printing kit right now. I just need a couple of things, and then I can print like basic apparel, and I kind of want to because I rather enjoy it, but I don't know if there'd be any point to it really. Like, I don't know if I'm to that point yet where there would be any point to it at all. Oh, you think so, Amy? But like, part of the heart, I'm just not feeling that creative lately. Part of that whole thing is like coming up with things to print on shirts and whatever, which I used to really enjoy, and it used to just come naturally, and now I don't know. But I don't know. I need an exposure unit, if you know what that is, to like expose images onto screens. I don't like, that's one thing that I'm missing right now, but I have a curing method. I have uh one color screen press, and you know, all the other things basically. So I don't know. That's still up in the air, but I'm trying to figure out what to do to keep myself afloat still while I'm waiting for monies to come through on truck driving school, which is going to be months away. But it's probably better to wait for, you know, to use some of the tax money that I already spent. Might as well get some of that back. It'd be better than owing money to go to school. So I probably have to wait and do it that way, but I still have to continue to exist between now and then. So I don't know if selling t-shirts would have any effect on that. But I kind of want to do it anyway because I used to really enjoy that. And who knows how much time I got left, you know, it could be, you know, weeks, months, or years. But I'm trying not to waste too much of it. Yeah, I guess you get it, Amy, but thanks for the encouragement anyway. I don't know. I'm going to try and keep selling bikes. There's pallets of like return merchandise that I should be buying across town right now. I should be working that in the summertime because, you know, people still buy bikes, but not like they do when the weather's a little more pleasant. I kind of figured I'd be selling that bike today, really, the free agent. I think at this point, there's been, I don't know, as much, it's only been up for like 2.5 days for sale. And in that amount of time, I think it's the most action I've ever had on a bike for sale. but nobody's come through and bought it yet, which is strange. A lot of people seem very interested, but nobody's actually crossed the finish line yet. But that's going to be the key from now on. I got to make really smart choices when it comes to, buying bikes to flip. It's got to be things like this that attract that much attention and will sell as quickly as any that I could, find and sell. I'd love to get some 29-inch BMX bikes, but they just don't lose value. Like these things right there, that bike is $300. And if I bought that, it's the one I'm thinking I might go with, or there's another one too. I'll show you that's way better, but not much more money. This one. That's a way better bike for $479. But either of those bikes, if I bought either of those bikes, I could always sell them for at least as much as I paid for them, because a 29-inch BMX bike in hand, for some reason, is worth often more money used than it is new, especially around here. So I'd love to get some of those and resell them, but they just don't come up on the used market for less money. So that's another reason I feel pretty confident buying one of these. That's the one I really want because the geometry is perfect for someone my size, but it is a little more money. But yeah, you get a bike like that and it's always worth a bunch of money, which is cool about it. And there's that's not true of any other style of bike except for maybe some really high-end road bikes might hold their value to a certain degree. And, specialty or limited, whatever, but these 29-inch BMXers are just always worth a ton of money for some reason. Make sure I'm not missing any communications about things for sale. I got a bunch of bike parts and stuff for sale too that a lot of people have been showing interest in, but nobody's come through yet. I'm just gonna mark it all down, all the parts and stuff. It's all gravy anyway. It's all from other stuff that I already made money on, so I can just get rid of it for whatever. There's a few more things. Can you guys see me yet? I tried to refresh the stream. Can you guys see me? It's back. Okay. All right. I don't know what happened there. What's up, Irving, though? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Glad the stream seems to be working again. What's up, Vic? Can you see me? Are we good? It says there's only, okay, there's more people here now. It showed that there was 1, and then 11, and then 10, and okay. So hopefully it's working. All right. And yeah, thanks, Paula and Vic, for sending me messages. I could still see you guys. I could still see exactly what I'm seeing right now. And you guys chatting and everything. I just don't know why you couldn't see me. I'm trying to sell a bike. Right now, Robert, I had a lot of people message me about it today. I'm surprised I still have it, but I'm sure I'm sure it's gonna sell pretty soon. I gotta find a couple more easy flip bikes to get, ones that draw a lot of attention anyway, like the one I'm selling now. Yeah, I will if I know of anyone. Yeah. Yeah, Rod should get it. I don't know why he doesn't. Like, I'll try to light a fire under him. I know he wants to get it. But other than that, I don't know. I'll talk to anybody. You know, anybody that is looking, I'll let them know for sure. Yeah, no, I hear you. There's only so many places to put things, right? It's, you know, got to get rid of one to make room for the other. Yeah, that's too much. For real, and you still got a bunch of other bikes too. So yeah, you don't want to have two e-bikes in there with all the other stuff. Speaking of e-bikes, we're closing in on 3,000 subs here, guys. Hold on, Vic, while you're here, what do you think of this bike? It's the Fit bike company. It's an extra long frame 29er. It would fit me. Let me see. Yeah, it is, Vic. So when I get like another 51, when I get about another 51 subscribers, I'm going to reach out to e-bike companies again and see if they'll let me test and review some of their stuff on this channel. I'm going to keep riding bikes, but um what was I going to say? I can't remember now. Yeah, but I'd still, you know, get out there and ride on some e-bikes once in a while, especially when it's hot. Hey, John's here. What's up, buddy? I agree with you, Vic, and especially when it comes to 29ers. And that one, the geometry is just right for me. That one's $479. But John, glad you're here. And let me see. Oh, that's good. Yeah, to anyone who might not know, Vic has a really sick road bike. Was that a raffle bike? Didn't you win that? Um, and especially for like a Tuesday ride or something, it really pays to have a fast bike. That's awesome. I guess you can really score with the raffle bikes. Maybe that's I heard Brad say he's got a bunch of 29ers coming up, like Big Rippers and Thrones and stuff like that. Maybe I ought to invest in a raffle ticket or two. Wow. Yeah, I'm really trying to get a 29er now. After I've been riding this 24-inch bike around for a few days, I really realized that I'm still a BMX guy. Actually, I started racing BMX at the age of 5. I was sponsored by the age of 9, and I went hard in BMX until I was about 15. But it's still there. Like, I've been out riding this bike and having a really good time, and it's still completely there. I'm still a teenage dumbass on a BMX bicycle on the inside. You won't get in for anything smaller than 26. I looked at 26s too. No, I know how much you love that GT, Vic, and I see you out there on it most of the time. I have a GT mountain bike too. It's like not rideable right now, but I do have a 1993 GT Karakoram. I should maybe fix that thing. Get that stupid rack thing off of it, make it a complete bike. And we'll probably keep it. I should probably keep that bike actually. I set it aside to keep, but I don't know. I have seen some pictures of yours actually, Legend, and thumbnails and stuff. I want to go through. I want to just make a playlist of some of your videos and go through one of these days soon. I'm just way behind on everything. But yeah, I do peek in on you guys once in a while. Try to keep up to some extent. But I'm lost right now myself. I'm just kind of washing around right now and just I don't know. I'm spread too thin. I got a lot of involvement in a lot of different things, and I need to streamline it a little more. Sorry, haven't been getting enough sleep either. Oh, nice. I had a 27.5-inch late model GT bike, but I have a 26er like vintage GT mountain bike now. That sounds pretty cool though, HB. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing notifications here. Yeah, I use like 3 or 4 myself, Vic. I know what you mean. The whole chaos ride on Friday, Vic, I used 2 gears. I could have used, I don't know, how many do I have on that bike? The Trek, I don't know, but I used 2 of them. Yeah, enjoy that GT. You can't just go out and buy GTs anymore unless they're like super high-end ones. So GTs are shooting up in value. Yeah, I know, Vic, for sure. Yeah, it's true. Good GTs are really shooting up. Like I got pretty decent money for my GT Aggressor Pro somewhat recently. And another GT bike. I still have a 1993 GT Karakoram in the blacklight color with most of its original parts on it, but it needs some things. And that's I know those are already like really clean ones of those. Like 92 and 93 Karakorums in the Tequila Sunrise or blacklight color in like pristine original condition are going for thousands of dollars. But the one I got's never going to be worth more than probably 1,000 because it's not pristine, but it is original mostly. Hmm. Yeah, probably. I don't think I have seen that one. I gotta take a look. I'll check it out. Let's see. What do I got? I gotta eat something. It's like 7:40 and I'm wondering why I'm hungry. It's like, hey, I haven't really eaten anything. For dinner, anything dinner like, I should probably consume something dinner like. I can't click on the link right now, Vic, or it'll screw up the stream, but what is it? I'd be interested to know. No, I don't have any. I'm out of SpaghettiOs at the moment. I do not possess any SpaghettiOs. If I get anything dinner related, I might have to go to 7-Eleven. It is the 1st of June, though. I got to check the app to see what the specials are now. I don't know if they have like that. They have 2 slices of pizza and a soda for $4 right now, which is pretty good. A fountain drink and 2 slices of pizza, which that's kind of been keeping me alive. But I don't know if they have, like, every month the specials change, and I don't know if they have that right now. Huh. I'll have to check it out. Vic, sounds cool. At 7-Eleven, I don't know. Legend, I haven't seen like the pressed sandwiches, like the Cubans and stuff that they used to do. They have like regular cold sandwiches, and they have like a bunch of different hot foods now. They got a pretty good assortment of things to eat at 7-Eleven, honestly, and it's not too expensive. It's usually pretty cheap, most of it, but it's not like the best food to eat. So yeah, I think you can still get cold sandwiches. You can microwave like the breakfast sandwiches and stuff, but I don't think they press the sandwiches anymore. Not at this one anyway. Oh, we got a few of them. We got a couple of 7-Elevens, handful of 7-Elevens downtown here. That's the closest thing to me is a 7-Eleven. Yeah, I used to be closer to a Circle K than a 7-Eleven myself before I moved downtown. And there's another Chevron downtown here, like the other side of like Main Street over by the jail. It's pretty close. It's one of like when we're at the meeting places for rides, that's like the closest gas station to go to. Oh man. I'm sleepy and it's not even late. I don't know what's going on with Facebook people today. I've been getting bombarded with messages all day, and a lot of people mentioned an interest, 3 of them anyway, mentioned an interest in coming by today to take a look at a bike that I have for sale, but that has not yet occurred. But it's getting tons of action. Tons of people are clicking on that listing. A lot of people are saving it, to go back. Like a lot of people are really thinking about it, but nobody's come through on it yet. Yeah, hydration and carbs, big time necessary this time of year in the Southwest, especially where you are. Well, that's good, I guess. Busy's good. Busy makes the time go by. Busy means a little more job security too, usually, I've noticed. Oh man. I'm fading fast. I don't know why. I've been riding bikes like every day. Except why I did go today. I went out this morning on the track and got a couple things at the grocery store and did a couple other things. But I went just tearing up the neighborhood last night on a BMX bike, the 24-inch BMX bike that's a little too small for me. And just had a really good time. But today, I'm just like, I'm not going to go out and take a bike ride tonight. But I might in the morning. I don't know. I got to sell that bike. It's too small for me. If I want to ride a BMX, I'm going to have to get a bigger one, a 29er probably. Or at least they do make extended length frame 24-inch cruisers like the one behind me, but they're really hard to find. If this were an XL frame bike with a taller handlebar, I could ride it, but it's a little too stubby for me. That's cool. I've seen a lot of single speed mountain bikes lately. A lot of people are converting them around here. But I don't know. I think I prefer the BMX feel. I guess I always have. I do have a mountain bike. I do like to ride them, but just I don't know what it is. I'm still not I still haven't outgrown BMX. It's still just full on inside of me. But yeah, it does seem like GT is toast. It'll never be like it was. Somebody's probably gonna buy the brand and put it back out there. Like Schwinn has had 50 different owners, and a bunch of different other big bike brands have been passed around a lot. So I don't know if GT is done for good, but somebody's likely going to probably pick up the name at some point. But will it ever again be like it was? GT bikes used to be so cool, especially in the 80s and 90s. They're just cooler looking and more colorful than a lot of the other bikes around. And they just, I don't know, a lot of people just really loved GT bikes, and it'd be really sad to see them go forever. Oh, yeah, I knew that they were owned by, like, not, not the original company, of course. Yeah, I have had a modern GT that was not, high level. It was still a pretty good bike, but they were, a lot of them were department store bikes these days, which you would have never seen back in the day. Um, but the one that I was riding was still a pretty good bike, but not as good as an original GT bike, maybe. Like the California made bikes, BMX bikes especially, were just really, really good. I guess that's why they're worth so much money now. Vintage GT BMX bikes can be worth $10,000 or more. Yeah, well, it's a shame that people, lesser companies like Pacific Bikes are not known for being, particularly high quality. It's just kind of a cheap bike that you ride for a while and then throw away. So, I mean, what do you really expect when, they buy out all these big name brands and like Schwinn's, I sell Schwinn's very easily still. Modern Schwinn's, which some of them are pretty good and others not so much. But if it says Schwinn on it, somebody will buy it no matter what. And they just assume that it's good quality, and it's not necessarily. I looked at a Mongoose 29er today. Actually, Vic, Mongoose bikes used to be so awesome, like back in the day. They're not bad bikes at all now. I rather still like Mongoose bikes. Some of them cost thousands of dollars. But some of them are like kind of Walmart grade too. But Yeah, the Super Goose back in the day was a pretty serious bike. Wasn't that the bike that Bart Taylor rode and Rad? You know, Mongoose was the big bike brand in the movie Rad in the mid 80s. You had a hard time doing better than Mongoose. I'm not sure if you really could. Um, and you know, Mongoose still turns out some really good bikes, but the old Mongoose bikes, 80s, you know, higher level Mongoose bikes are legendary and worth an awful lot of money these days. Yeah, is that what Bart Taylor rode? I never had a Super Goose that I can recall. I had other Mongoose bikes. I had Super Goose level bikes like GT Pro Series and PK Rippers and free agent bikes with all the highest end components on them. Cyclecraft when I rode for those two companies. Yeah, and Rad. That was a hell of a good movie, Rad. One of my all time favorites. True, I did have a couple of profile bikes, actually, BMX bikes back in the day. Traded them for other stuff. Yeah, they make good road bikes. There's a couple for sale around here that are a pretty good deal, but not quite enough to get them. That's cool, though. I think I did. I gotta go back and take a look. I'm sure. Yeah, I gotta check it out. There's a couple of them here for sale, though, like really nice ones that aren't very expensive, but they're still. It's a hard bike to sell, especially, you know, road bikes. You got to find somebody that the bike fits perfectly, who's looking for exactly that type of bike. It's a really hard sell unless it's like a really desirable bike. But I'd love to get my hands on more road bikes. I got to get all the BMX bikes I can get my hands on too. They're just getting the most action, I would say. You think so, Vic? I like Bianchi bikes. There's a guy that wanted to trade me one for the free agent BMX, but it's like not a very good one. Well, it's a pretty decent bike, but it's in kind of rough shape. So the free agent will be an easier sell. Yeah. No, I know some bikes can get really expensive. I wouldn't put that kind of money into one. But a lot of people do. If you're riding at a competitive level, you might want to, have that much invested. But I don't know. If you're not competing, I think the bike that Vic is getting or thinking of getting, any, even like mid-level Bianchi is still a really good bike. No, I know you did. Legend. Me too. I should be riding pro level BMX bikes, but I'm not. I'm not going to get a pro level BMX bike. I'm not competing anymore anyway. Yeah, I guess most 29ers are pretty heavy. Starting to think maybe nobody's coming through on that free agent bike tonight. Whatever. It got a ton of action, but nobody made it all the way. So maybe we get rid of that thing tomorrow. Yeah, his Bianchi is really nice. I love that bike. It's pretty awesome. I had a Scott bike recently, a road bike. It was a little too small for me though. It's only a 56. I need at least a 58. Yeah, I know. He's got much better Rolf wheels than I had on my last road bike with Rolfs. His wheels are pretty awesome though. I like the way they look. Uh, yeah, I guess I didn't hear what he paid for it, but I heard it was a pretty good deal. Yeah, still no new Facebook messages. Whatever. Guess we'll have to sell that bike tomorrow. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming and spending some time tonight. There may be merch in the near future. I might start printing shirts again if I can put the rest of the pieces together. I've only got about half of the things that I need right now, but it doesn't cost a lot of money for these things that I'm without at the moment, so it might not be a terrible thing to, like, it might not be impossible to put this together pretty soon. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah. Oh, well, I hope you're able, Vic. Anyway, I guess we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna try to sell at least one bike tomorrow. I'm gonna list the Trek for sale, I guess, and see what I can get on it. If I can get enough out of the Trek to buy this bike, I'm gonna do it. But we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. I would rather ride a 29er than a more responsible and practical bike. I'm still a young idiot kid in a middle-aged body, and I got to do some BMXing. I can't stop. I started when I was 5. I thought my BMX days were behind me, and I guess they're not. So we're gonna see how this turns out. And well, I try to just survive while we're waiting to get money and go to truck driving school. So it could be an interesting summer. I think we're going to do a lot of fun things this summer. There's going to be a lot more rides. You're going to be seeing Vic probably here and there. We see Vic several times a week for bike rides, at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to do Tuesday. If it's not raining, I hear we might get some rain on Tuesday, but I'll be at Mitch's ride if it's not raining, Vic. So hopefully see you then. And anybody else who's coming out and doing rides. But everybody else that's been along tonight, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed being here. I've certainly enjoyed getting to spend this time with you. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend and has a wonderful week ahead. Okay, sounds good, Vic. But yeah, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week ahead. Amy, looking forward to seeing you soon on some bike rides. But take care of yourself and have a good night. And everybody, thanks for being here and doing what you do. And have a wonderful week ahead. And I'll see you again real soon.